know you can't see him, but I can. I don't know. He's just staring at me. He's making eye contact with me. I don't know what he's doing. I don't. Don't you dare leave a mess on my good carpet! Hey guys, so The Conjuring came out in 2013 and it was praised as potentially the scariest movie ever. Literally. I remember everybody, I never got to see it in cinema. But I remember everybody that did go to the theaters and they watched it and they came back and literally praised it was the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. My God, holy shit, that was unbelievable. And some people saying I can never watch it again because it was too scary the first time. So, I waited years and I eventually sat down and I watched it. And yeah, there were some jump scares, but for me personally, remember this is only my personal opinion, we're all entitled. I didn't think it was the scariest movie ever. Yeah, it was a great movie. It was, and the story was great. The family felt real. There was no bad acting in this movie. All the acting was authentic. And it seemed so genuine and natural, as I said. So, honestly, I've got nothing but real more praise for this movie. But it wasn't the scariest movie ever. Now, there were some scary moments in it. Proper ones, this is probably before jump scares was such a generic thing like it is today. A lot of horror movies depend only on jump scares. The stereotype. You watch a movie and you hear the music going, oh, bah! It's done to death at this point. But this movie came out at a time when that wasn't really, as overdone as it is today. So yeah, when this movie came out, it was pretty fresh. It genuinely was something refreshing that we needed in terms of horror. Because, 2013 was a pretty stale year for horror. There wasn't really anything that memorable. And then when this came out, boom, holy shit, that's all everybody talked about for the rest of the year was The Conjuring. And I think it rightfully holds that crown. I think it genuinely earned the throne as at least one of the scariest movies ever. It basically tells a story which is based on a true story, on true events, and tells a story of a family that moved into a house, big house, and they slowly, as time goes on, begin to experience paranormal activity and poltergeist activity. Something simple like banging or a door moving or, the covers being tugged while somebody was in bed. And then as the movie goes on, it just escalates and escalates and escalates and just gets bigger and bigger and then yeah, it's one of those movies that whenever I first came in, I thought it was going to be one of those movies that would drag and only do something in the last 20 minutes. But thankfully that wasn't the case. It was so well paced. This whole movie was just really well pasted. And so yeah, this family is experiencing paranormal activity that's getting worse. And then we're also introduced to two new characters who are also based on real, actual paranormal investigators called Ed and Lorraine. Now, this couple, married couple. Why the fuck did I struggle to say that? Are, they're very well known and they're very well respected in the community at the time. They're in like a school and they're like doing like an education with a projector on and talking about like possession and paranormal entities and that basically like objects and stuff can't be possessed but they can be attached. All basic stuff. And this movie started off really eerie. I didn't know what to make of it. I went in and it starts off with Ed and Lorraine and they're talking to three young women and they're talking about a doll, which is, of course, at this point it's iconic. Annabelle. Yeah. That creepy little girl. Basically, they try to get rid of it, keeps on coming back. They even threw it in the bin. They done everything they could, and it just it just keeps coming back. They must make a really good cup of tea for it to keep coming back. Shit. So they go to Ed and Lorraine, and they take it and they bless it, and they put it in like a glass case, and basically it's kept there. That's its home. That's its forever home. And they bless it once a week, once a month. Yeah. So all the scares are paced really well. Like, in my opinion, for me, the most memorable scare was probably when the witch was on top of the wardrobe. And she was like hunched over and then jumps down, starts like scratching the shit out of the girl, and the parents like banging at the door. That's like the coolest jump scare. But the most tense scene, I think, was whenever the girl saw something behind the door that we couldn't see it. Like we're looking at it, we just see like a shadow of the door. We're not seeing anything behind it. But she sees it, and it's acted so well by the girl that performed that scene. Like genuine tears, and because you can't see it, but you're still believing it because of the acting. It's just so well done. So that was one of my favorite. For me, that's the most tense scene, and it worked so well. So, and probably I'll throw it in. Probably the most shocking scene also is whenever, spoilers if you haven't seen this already. Just giving you a warning. 3, 2, 1. Okay. So, shocking part is whenever the mum near the end gets possessed and attempts to stab her daughter. For me, that was pretty shocking. That was like, holy shit. For me, that's pretty much on par with another movie that there's a scene that really shocked me, When Evil Lurks. I've reviewed that, so if you want to check that out. But there's a scene in it that shocked the shit out of me. It was whenever the dog just randomly turns around and just bites the young girl, like her head, and like starts shaking her like a rag doll. Shocked the hell out of me because of how real it felt. That could happen in real life anytime. But yeah, so that'll be the most shocking scene. But yeah, the whole movie, it just pans out where Ed and Lorraine are trying to help this family and they're determined, and then there's Ed that doesn't really want to do it because he doesn't want Lorraine to get hurt, his wife, because they had a bad experience once and she seen something that genuinely traumatized her, that she couldn't even tell him what it was. She never repeated what she's seen. And, so must have been bad, so he's adamant that, no, we're not going to take this. Okay, we're done. It's getting too dangerous. Come on, let's go home, as a husband should, So the movie was on, and as I said, later on then the mom gets possessed, tries to kill the girl, chasing her with a fucking knife, and through vents and shit. And the whole exorcism scene in this movie was really good. I really enjoyed it, like with the blood. She had like a cloth around her face and looking like fucking Jason from part 2, Sackhead. And there's like blood just going through it, and she floats up in the air, turns upside down in the ceiling, and really good effects. And there's a daughter that sleepwalks a lot, so she's like hitting her head off the wall. And there is one scene in this though that I thought was like it sort of annoyed me, but it's not the movie itself. It's something a character did. So they're down performing the exorcism. The mom is possessed, and the guy is upstairs, and he's looking for the girl. He's looking everywhere, under the fucking floorboards, and he's looking in all the cupboards, fucking everywhere. And when he finally finds one of the girls under the floorboard, instead of being like, okay, you have to be quiet, okay? Stay hidden. I know where you are, so I can come back for you. Nope. He shouts at the top of his fucking lungs, she's up here! Right here! So the fucking possessed mom hears him shouting and runs up fucking stairs to get the kid. And why the fuck would you shout it? You found the kid, keep quiet, keep her hidden until the mom is completely helped and depossessed. I'm not sure if that's a fucking word, but fuck it. That's all you had to do. Keep quiet. You know what a kid is. Wait until everything's sorted down in the basement, and then when everything's back to normal, then go get the kid and say, okay, now you can come out. Nope, you just shout. You might as well just say, hey, the kid's here if you want to kill her. Right here. Yeah, it's just running. Better hurry. So that was a scene. I was like, what the fuck? But apart from that might just be me nitpicking. But I thought it was a really bizarre thing to do. But again, that could be how the character was intentionally written. Obviously, to get the mom to chase the kid to create tension. So it was intended, but, there's always that one character. Just need to slip. So, overall, The Conjuring is definitely a must-see. Like, if you haven't seen it now and you're thinking about seeing it and you want to watch it, at the moment it's on Now TV. So if you have the Now app, you can just watch it now. And yeah, if you're thinking about watching it, I think you should watch it. It's definitely worth a watch. Even the sequel is pretty good. Second one is pretty much on par with this one, and the third, yeah. So, yeah. Which I will be reviewing The Conjuring 2 and 3, and pretty much the whole Conjuring universe I'm going to be reviewing soon. So, if you're interested in that, then please hit the subscribe button. And yeah, stick around for that. That's going to be fun. And let me know in the comment section what your opinion on The Conjuring is. Did you enjoy this movie? Do you think it was the scariest movie of all time? Let me know. We can have a discussion about it. And yeah, if you stuck with me this long, thank you so much for watching. I wholeheartedly appreciate it, and I appreciate you. And thank you for watching. Means a lot. And as always, don't kill anyone.